Welcome back, everyone. The first episode of 2025 with your boys from the Real Marks of Long Island is underway. First off, Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy freaking New Year. We had a break last week for the holidays, but we're coming back at it hot for 2025, and it's going to be a stellar episode because there is a lot of things going on very soon, especially within Netflix Raw World, which is a mere 3 days away at this point, which is super exciting. But before we get into that, we got to get into our predictions. What we think is going to happen in 2025, what's not going to happen in 2025. There is a lot to speculate, especially with the John Cena retirement tour. You know, we have maybe the end of the Bloodline, Civil War happening this Monday. What's going to happen with our champions? Who's going to be champion? Who might not be champion in 2025? So let's get into it. I'm pumped up. Not sure if any of you want to take the first reign on a prediction or a non-prediction. What do you guys think?
So are we going to, so let me just ask a question. Are we going to do like 2 to 3 predictions each year, or are we just giving like one and we're like sticking with that?
You can give 2 or 3 if you want.
All right.
Why
so
not?
My first prediction is Chelsea Green stays United States Championship for a full calendar year.
Interesting. All right. You have a lot of faith in that.
You got to give her, it's the Chelsea Green podcast. You got to show her some love.
I don't disagree with the love part. I do disagree with the full calendar year. I would be ecstatic if Chelsea Green were to stay the first and longest reigning women's United States champion for a whole calendar year. But I don't know, that division, they're chopping at the bits to hold that championship. So I don't know. It'll be impressive if she holds that feat.
And then a second prediction, also sticking with the women's division, I predict that Jordynne Grace is going to be women's world champion at some time in the next 6 months.
All right.
So you think
very bold predictions, Cotton.
Yeah, hey, we're supposed to go bold, right?
I like the boldness.
2025.
Right? No.
So you think she'll be world champion in WWE?
Correct. Yeah, I don't know which brand. It could be Raw, it could be SmackDown, it could be NXT, but she will be a women's world champion on some sort of WWE platform within the next 6 to 7 months.
I'm digging the boldness, Justin. I like it. Cora, what about you?
Me? Cody Rhodes will continue to be the number one babyface in the world. He will continue to be the fucking best. He will remain champion through WrestleMania, thus cementing his 1 year's champion reign. Again, we're getting bold here. So that's my Cody prediction. What other prediction? You kind of nailed the women's division. I can't really top those.
What about who's going to be the first ever women's Intercontinental Champion? What's your prediction there?
Who's left?
Dakota Kai and Lyra Valkyrie.
I'm going with Dakota Kai. Without blinking.
I mean, I said her from the beginning of the tournament, so I got to stick with my guns. But Lyra is scary. Lyra might take it, but I hope they give it to Dakota. But once I saw Lyra was in the finals, I was like, uh-oh, here we go.
Yeah, I think she's gonna take it. I love the matchup they have set up because, like we spoke about with Michin and Chelsea Green, there was only one winner. There was only one person who made sense coming out as champion. But in this one, both of them are equal candidates, super deserving. I think would elevate that right off the bat. So it's exciting to see. And your boy Cody, Court, you think whole year past WrestleMania? Yeah. You think whoever he's fighting this year, WrestleMania 41, is going to get the SmackDown laid on him, and he's going to come out as champion?
Correct. Even if that man is John Cena.
Wow.
Can I make a Cody prediction?
Of course you can.
I think we're going to get heel Cody, and he's going to get his second run. So he's going to somehow lose it. He's going to lose his championship in this calendar year, but then he's going to flip a switch. We're going to get Homelander Cody, and he's going to win his title back and go on another run as this insane heel, because obviously his heel work is incredible. So I think we're going to get heel Cody, and he's going to get his second reign as world champion as heel.
I cannot see that in a million years, just because of the way, like, the fan base that Cody has. It's all kids. He's got that John Cena thing. Yeah, it would be awesome. I would love to see it. I love him as a heel. He's been a heel most of his career, minus the last 6 or 7 years. But I just can't see them turning him because of the amount of kids and Make-A-Wish and the amount he draws just from kids alone. I mean, I saw on TikTok 20 to 30 kids opening up Cody gear and masks and like
I saw
crazy stuff. But
I
yeah,
also think that they're gonna have the Cody John Cena, might not be a WrestleMania, but the kind of the passing of the guard match where Cody's gonna win over against John Cena as like, you're the new baby face of the company, like take care of it. So I don't think Cody becomes heel unless there's another face that starts to draw a lot more than him that's worthy of that spot. But I think they're gearing up for Cody to just take that mantle. But I do want to give one of my predictions, which I think I spoke to you guys and I messaged it earlier. We got Rock and Cena probably showing up. Well, Cena definitely showing up. Netflix on Raw, first episode. Are we going to have a John Cena, Dwayne The Rock Johnson match 3, the rubber match at WrestleMania? Who's the top dog of the two of them? I want it. I think it's perfect timing. I know a lot of people want that Roman Rock match, but if it's not, to me at this point, if they don't have a big swerve on Monday where like The Rock comes out and it's like, I've been, the puppeteer of the new bloodline, and it doesn't really go towards Rock Roman, I think you got to have Rock Cena or Rock Cody at WrestleMania. I think that's the two easiest matches to make and the biggest draws that would happen. So unfortunately, if that would happen, I feel like that would take away Punk's one of his main event matches that he wants to have, which leads to me my other point. I think that CM Punk might be world champion leaving WrestleMania, but will it be in the main event? I don't know. We'll find out.
So when you messaged us earlier in the group chat, when you brought up Rock and Cena 3, it was intriguing. And obviously Cena doesn't have any set plans. You see the rumor mill saying that Logan Paul might fight him at WrestleMania. I still see The Rock somehow being in this bloodline situation. I don't know how. I mean, we're still waiting for him. We saw him the one time at, what was it, Bad Blood, and he just gave the go. Yeah, that's all he did, and he just left, and that was it. So like, there was nothing there. It was
there's no payoff there, which is so strange.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, here I am. Like, I thought there would be a quicker payoff. Maybe there will be, but that was directed at both Cody and Roman. So I guess that leaves it open on both ends for WrestleMania for Rock. But I would love to see Cena and The Rock. I just don't think it's going to happen at Mania.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot about Cody and Cena at Mania now. That's like what I keep coming across, which again, I would much rather see Cody wrestle like a Randy. Like, I really want that Randy feud, and I want it built to a really big moment. But I would take Cody Cena. I would take Cody Rock. I would take Cody Roman again. But I don't think they want to go, back to back to back 3 years Cody Roman. I think if anything, it would be Rock Cena, Rock Roman, then maybe Rock Cody. So it's interesting. We'll see if he shows up on Monday. I don't know what his schedule is. I know he says he's busy and he's not going to be around, which just means he will be around. But the fact that they never did that payoff at Bad Blood, like it never led to anything, makes me feel like there's still, pans in the air, and they're still waiting for it to, drop.
Yeah, it was kind of like an end credits scene in like a Marvel movie. It was like, here's a little tease. Wait for it to come at you full force in the future. And we can like transition now into like, Raw on Netflix, the premiere episode, which they're promoting the hell out of. And I'm getting more amped by the moment. It's literally like a pay-per-view, this first episode, what they have going on. And I saw Cody has a lot of Raw dates coming up, so where does that lead in for him, right? As the undisputed WWE champion, like if he's gonna be on both brands, is it to help promote Netflix for a little bit to help steer the ship and let it go, or is he gonna be involved in some big storyline that involves a Raw superstar?
I don't know, because right now, so that whole free agency window, transfer window is still open. So I don't know if it's, obviously they want all the names there. Like Roman's going to be there, obviously Roman versus Solo. Like there's going to be everyone at this Raw. It's going to be incredible. I can't believe I have to go bowling because I'm going to have to watch it afterwards. But I don't know if they're going to do it with world champions, but with the transfer window, like could you see Adam Pearce trying to steal away Cody and then bringing Cody and his title to Raw, and then obviously I don't know. Like
I could see Roman coming to Raw without, because he doesn't have a championship, and then I can see Damian Priest going to SmackDown to get him away from Judgment Day. So I think like if you take Roman out of the fold of the new bloodline, it'll separate him from that storyline if he has a little follow with him, because then he can take that to Raw and do his thing. Now that separates Cody and Roman, but if Roman were to win the Royal Rumble this year or maybe next year, he can always challenge, whoever the hell he wants to for the championship. So I can't see champion switching, especially with how organized the championship structure is, because all the WWE championships are on SmackDown, all the world titles are on Raw, and look how dumb it looked when they had the SmackDown and Raw women's championships and they have to trade them off. Like it doesn't look good. So I can't see that happening.
Fair, but I could be totally wrong, so please correct me if I'm wrong. But I do vaguely remember on one of the most recent episodes of SmackDown, you saw Nick Aldis and Gunther talking. Gunther was at Raw, at SmackDown in the backstage area, and they were having a conversation.
Yeah,
they were, right? So like
yeah.
maybe he is trying to bring him over, and then all of a sudden Monday night you got Cody is now the champion of Raw. I don't know. It's something that it's worth thinking about. And obviously the world and whatever you just brought up, it makes sense with the titles on Raw and SmackDown. It's something to think about. Might happen, who knows.
Yeah, it's interesting because like if you bring Cody to Raw right away, if you bring him to Raw on Monday and he stays on Raw, what does that do for the Kevin storyline that they're obviously going through, forward with for the Rumble? So then does that mean Kevin goes to Raw too? So it's kind of like a weird point to do it. I feel like if it was like after the Rumble, it would be different because then you could change up the champions and it wouldn't be as like mostly those storylines wrap up and then lead to WrestleMania. So I don't know. It's confusing why he has all those Raw dates. I know that Netflix wanted Cody, they wanted Roman, they wanted Punk, they want Seth. But you take Cody from SmackDown and it's lacking. Like, or if you take Roman and Cody, like it's really lacking. Like even if you get Gunther and Priest, it's still like that's a big hole to fill. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, but he also has like the same amount of SmackDown dates. Like he doesn't miss a SmackDown. Like he has random Raw dates, but every week he's on SmackDown. So that's why partially I believe that he's going to stay on SmackDown, because they have him on there week in and week out. But it's going to be exciting to see. Do we know when that free agency is like closed?
I thought they said it was like up until like 2 weeks into Raw on Netflix.
Okay.
I for some reason that stood out in my brain, but I vaguely remember them saying that. I think it was like 2 weeks into January. That's when the transfer window closes. And up until then, it's just going to be people could show up wherever the hell they please, obviously, because they want everyone and their mothers on the Netflix on Raw.
Yeah.
Like we're getting the debut of Penta on Monday night.
Yeah.
Like, where the hell are you fitting him in?
Yeah.
Honestly.
It's gonna be interesting. I can't wait. Like I said, this is like a second WrestleMania. Like Roman Solo for Lula Fala, And then I really want to get into Punk Seth. You know, first time since I think when Seth was in the Shield in like 2013 when they fought and Punk won. And that promo they had on Monday night was insane. Stone Cold was like, Punk melted my TV. And they like Seth did great. Like Seth was awesome on the mic, but dude, Punk roasted. I'm a little biased. I love CM Punk. He's the fucking man. And I've kind of, been at his side the entire time and kind of believed him with his stories, whether, he's telling the truth or not. I still believe what he's saying. But man, the words about, where's your wife? Stone Cold, they took their balls, went home, right? And Becky did, and Netflix probably like, get her on. And he's like, all right, get away from the kid. Time to get back on the program. Like, CM Punk was like, tell me when I'm telling lies. And he went fucking in on Seth. And you could just tell the animosity, the hatred, the anger. Like, they're going to put on a fucking show. And I think we're going to see a Punk that looks 10 years younger when he's wrestling Seth Rollins because he wants to show people that he still fucking got it. And this is going to be the match to be like, all right, here I go. And don't get me wrong. Him and Drew tore the house down. Like, Punk looked great. But this right here on Monday, that moment where he's like, I'm still in this. I might be a little older, but I'm still in this for the long haul, is this Monday.
I mean, it's got to be the main event. Like the Roman solo, there's no way that's going to be the main event. The main event has to be CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins because that promo, that interaction together sold everyone. Like you said, Punk won. I truthfully also think Punk might have won the verbal battle, but the real winners are us because we are so goddamn invested now that we know that these two motherfuckers hate each other in real life. Like, no acting needed. Like, yeah, sure, they're going to be professional. They're going to make this happen. But these two guys hate each other. Like, I cannot wait to see what happens Monday night. And you know that there's going to be there's got to be overrun. It's going to go past 11 o'clock. I feel it's going to go past 11 to show that Netflix doesn't care. Run as long as you want. And my God, I cannot wait for that match. I cannot wait.
It's going to be amazing. And like that, like when you have that kind of chemistry with someone, even if you hate them the way they hate each other, like that's going to translate so well in that match, just like it did in the promo. Like, yeah, I'm sure that they were, professional. I'm sure that both of them were like, all right, I'm going to bring up your wife. He's like, all right, I'll bring up your wife. So like, it's just, but that is going to translate so well. And I think you're right. It really has to be the main event. As much as Solo and Roman, I just feel like it's done. It's not done, but it's just overdone. How many times can we see, I know this is for the Ulafala and all that, but it's just Punk and Seth have, they deserve this. They worked us into completely buying this match. I would pay $65 to watch this match. And we're going to get it for, I don't even know how much Netflix is now, but
it's like $20-something.
Yeah. It went up a lot.
I missed when it was $7.99 when I was in college.
Yeah, it went up a lot, but it's going to be amazing. The whole card is incredible. I mean, if you're not on that card and you're in WWE, something's wrong with you.
Yeah,
like you're not in the right caliber.
And to me, like, I think what's going to happen, whether it's main event or opening match, I think both those matches are either going to be opening match or main event. And it depends on if The Rock is involved with the Solo Roman match for the Ulafala. Like, do they want to start off with The Rock coming out after that match or during that match? Or do they want to end, with The Rock at the apex of the show? And I don't know. Like, I agree with you guys. Seth and Punk, through injuries this year and ups and downs and, trying to get themselves healed up. And I watched, Bully Ray and Ziggler talk about, the moment that they captured lightning in a bottle months ago, and through injuries, they weren't able to really push forward with it. But now they were able to keep that lightning and make it even bigger. And it's about to explode out this bottle. I mean, I feel like it has to be the main event. Like, everyone is going to be anticipating that match and wanting to watch it. So, like, they could do no wrong by making that the main event. Because, like, for me, like, great. Roman Solo, like, Roman's to everyone in the wrestling world is up here. To me, he's just the same old fucking suckering stuff attached man that I didn't think needed a 4-year title reign. Everyone's pushes him. I'm not on that train. I'm so far off the train. I'm at a different station, but Roman's up here. Solo, he's doing great for what he has, and he's entertaining, but he's nowhere near the likes of Drew, Seth, Punk, Cody, Roman. Like, he's, maybe a step or two down. So to me, if that's the main event, like, I'm not going to miss it, but like, to me, like, I don't mind, taking a bathroom break and coming back and like seeing the ending, and that's it. That's how I feel.
So before I get to my question for both of you, I did notice, I think it was Corey, obviously works with PWN, shout out to them, and also bodyslam.net. I saw that they actually took the Lyra Dakota Kai match off the card because they don't want to take away from the history that's going to make. So that's actually scheduled for 2 Mondays from now. So that just shows you, like, who opens up Monday Night Raw? Who is it? Cody?
I wanted to get into that. I really want to see a match. I want to see a match open the show.
Yeah,
I love having a match open the show, but I feel like it's going to be Cena, maybe with Cody like interrupting. But I feel like I would love to see a match, like right off the bat, Netflix live match. But I feel like we're going to get Cena. So,
Ty, what do you think?
Like I said, I think for personally, either Punk Seth or Roman Solo is going to open up the show. It would be hot if Cena came out for his retirement tour and dazzled the crowd in only way Cena knows how. But fuck that, man. Like, start this hot, with one of the anticipated matches. Get people in their seats ready to go. Like, I don't want to hear people talk. I hope I don't see a fucking scroll wheel for the first 10 minutes. So Netflix, do your fucking shit and get your job straight and make sure that streams perfectly for the 3 hours or 3 hours and 15 minutes if we're going to go based off what Justin said. But make everyone, shock value right off the bat. One of these high profile matches, be like, oh shit, this is how they want to start. We're in this. Like, I don't want to hear talking. Like, let's just get to the battle. Let's get to the fights and let's start off that way. That's what I hope. And I agree with you, Court. That's what I feel as well.
Yeah, it's just like this show is so stacked that you're gonna have a mid-card promo by John Cena returning for 2025, like his farewell tour. Like, that shows how crazy like this next Monday or this upcoming Monday is going to be. It's going to be insane. And hopefully when Cena comes out, obviously we believe that someone's gonna interrupt him and that'll lead to his first feud into this farewell tour. So do you guys have any thoughts who that might be? Because I know that they had mentioned Logan Paul for Mania. I think they might just do Logan Paul now, get it out of the way, and maybe have, Cena's entered for the Rumble. So
apparently Triple H nixed that. Like,
he did?
Logan pitched it, even facing Cena and Triple H. Because let's be real, Cena's got a full calendar year, which in wrestling world, it's not that much time, especially if you're doing programs. And if you want to make it meanwhile, you can't just have 1 month feuds for Cena just to go. There's going to be 2-3 month programs within that reign. And to me, partially what I think is going to happen, which I fucking don't want to say, but I hate, and it's going to burn me to say this. I think they're going to do a little tiny program with Austin Theory because Austin Theory got the W over Cena for the U.S. Championship. And I think they're going to cap off his retirement tour by Cena getting over on Austin Theory to like push that behind, be like, yo, I'm the champ. Last time's now. Let's throw Austin Theory out to the Wolves, get him attitude adjusted, and let's forget about that loss. That's how I think it's going to start.
I think I can see that, honestly, because it is kind of uncapped. Like, it does have an open ending.
We're going to kill Core for a second. Core, your audio's bleeping out. She's gone. Anyway. So, yeah, what do you think?
I don't know, man. It's tough because obviously, so Cena Cena's little part-time gig thing that he did, he was losing left and right. He admitted it. He said, I have not won a match in over, I don't even know how long. He's like the New York Rangers right now. The Rangers haven't won in God knows how long. So obviously you can't start that off again. You can't go back into him losing and losing and losing. Like, this is going to turn into Super Cena again. Cena has found himself. He's going to shave his head. He's going to be back like he never left.
It's shaved. Did you see his head recently?
Oh, it is? It is?
Oh, it's shaved. At least from what I saw. He had a hat on, but it looked like it was shaved. Like, no more of that bullshit hair he's got flowing around.
Not the bald spot right in the middle of his dome.
No,
piece.
I think he's just straight shaved. I could be wrong, but I saw a recent interview and he looked clean shaved off the top. So, I mean, we'll see on Monday.
Yeah, no, he's going to go on a Super Cena run. And I like you just said, I think Austin Theory is a great first little sheep to throw to the wolf. Just here you go. You have a history with him. Go do your thing.
And it's funny. Do you think the Cena hair was what brought him down? Was that the kryptonite that took the Superman out?
Sometimes you got to look at yourself in a mirror and notice that giant bald spot and just realize you're not yourself.
Yeah.
You got to go back to where you started from. And I think he's going to look great. I think it's going to be an awesome run. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, I agree. And Court, if you're not frozen, you want to give your 2 cents in?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think Austin Theory makes sense. I feel like it might end up being Cody that interrupts him, just because I feel like even if we plant the seed, because like you said, he's going to the Rumble. Cody has Kevin at the Rumble too. So obviously Cena's not going to wrestle, a match and then the Rumble. So I think just planting a seed of Cody and Cena, maybe for the future, or it could be anyone. It could be Rock. I don't know. But I think Theory could work, especially if he's going to wrestle on Monday.
Yeah, I think, to me, because like I said, I think if he wins the Rumble, then you can start the teasing of him and Cody. So I think he just needs a big win off the bat. And as Justin said when you were gone, but like, you can't have him lose off the bat to someone high profile. So he needs to fight some people that's going to be win after win. Super Cena's back. Austin Theory's thrown to the curb because, he beat me at WrestleMania. I had hair. It was unknowingly my kryptonite. Now it's gone. He's done. Give me the next person. R-Truth, you're pretending to be me. Gone. Like, see ya. But who knows? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. And all the merch he has, dude, I looked at that. I'm like, damn, I've never bought John Cena merch in my life, but it looks awesome. And that championship belt, if I had cash, if I wasn't so much money in student loan debt, that title would be around my shoulder right now. That ain't no Super Cena last year title, Justin.
No, it's not. And actually, I think I might have personally jinxed the Rangers when I purchased that title.
I was just about to say that. Have they won any games since the title?
I don't think the Rangers. I think the Rangers have won one game since I purchased this title on Black Friday. So I'm sorry to the New York Rangers. It's on me. It's my bad. I apologize.
I don't even know what else, because there's going to be other surprises. There has to be. Like, they're telling us things that are happening, and I'm kind of racking my brain about what other surprises that they're not saying that they could bring out. Do they even have enough time to bring out more surprises based off all the things that they're promoting?
You know what I wanted to mention too? Like, you know how we have that the normal thing of top of the hour is crazy segments and stuff.
Yep.
Because it's Netflix, are they still gonna it's still gonna be segmented the same way? Do we know that top of the hour means anything anymore? Because 9 times out of 10, top of the hour means a lot because everyone's flipping through channels. Yes. You want to get someone stopping, but if you're watching on Netflix, you're watching already. Yeah. So I was curious how that was gonna go.
I personally don't know, and that's a great question. But I don't know if you guys have had time to look at what Netflix has now added. If you search WWE, there's a few different things. You have the Superstar Profile, which I clicked in. I thought it was gonna be little mini documentaries on all the wrestlers they have, but it's literally just 3-minute snippets to show you who these guys are that you're gonna see. So Netflix is really trying to. Yeah, Netflix is really trying to. If you're a new fan, like, oh, AJ Styles, and it's a 3-minute clip on who the hell AJ Styles is. So when you're watching, you kind of get that, oh yeah, that's the guy that I saw in that video. Then the Road to WrestleMania is hosted by Big E. I kind of started watching that a little bit, and I got to watch the rest. But it's a cool little section. They're really going all in on WWE, trying to bring in even the newest of fans.
It's awesome. That's smart that they're doing that. I didn't expect them to do that. But also, like, and we haven't even talked about either. Like, we have the return of the Hardcore Championship. We got Drew McIntyre versus Jey Uso, which we've been waiting for this moment. We got Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan. I think it's last man standing for the world title. Like, this is like the end of this story. And who's going to come out on top? Like, who do you guys want as the women's world champion on top? Because let's be real. Rhea was set up for a year of dominance. Another year of dominance, I should say. But Liv came in and fucking hit the ball out of the park with this. The Liv Morgan Revenge Tour, she's been slaying it. And I feel like she deserves more time. But, like, is the Crown Jewel Championship enough for her? You know, she's got the ring. She had the championship. Now, do you give it back to Rhea, who, like, was on pace to be this dominant champion for another whole year? I don't know. Like, I'm torn. I'll be happy if either one of them win. But I think I'm a little partial to Liv Morgan. I think she really deserves to come out of this on top. But maybe that'll, destroy this babyface run that Rhea's on. So I don't know. I don't know what's best.
I'm with you. I think Liv deserves to continue this run a little bit longer. She's really stepped up, like you said. She's really stepped up to the plate, and she's really taken this title run seriously, and she's produced. She's entertaining, and that's what we look for. That's why we like Chelsea Green. She's entertaining. Every time she steps in that ring, she's captivating, and she can wrestle. Rhea will be fine if she loses. It could be with the help of the Judgment Day, and Rhea loses. She'll be fine. I just don't know where. I mean, I do know where the Judgment Day will end up going, and hopefully it's with the Wyatt Six once Alexa Bliss comes back, whenever she does. But I think Liv needs it more than Rhea. They'll find something for Rhea.
Yeah, I think, like, back when, they were just feuding in the beginning over Dom and everything, when Rhea came back from her first injury, I thought Rhea would become champion again instantly. I thought that they would do a back and forth thing. I think now it's time to close this chapter and have Liv, move on to someone else and have Rhea move on. But I would be okay with either one of them, honestly.
And do you think if Rhea does lose, like, that can give an opening for her to go to SmackDown and then, like, close the chapter? Because personally, predictions from before 2025, I don't think Judgment Day makes that at 2025. I think they're disbanded by the end of the year. All good things have to come to an end. We see a division between Finn and Liv, and I think that's just going to continue. I think Dominic, is going to start going his own way. I think, he's got good chemistry with Rhea and Liv and stuff like that, but I think they're going to try him on his own. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? But if Liv does win, I think there's an opening for Rhea to go to SmackDown and just be the one to knock off Nia again and take that championship and run with it.
Yeah, as for SmackDown, I'm waiting for Jade to return to confront Naomi, and we're gonna get that Naomi heel run when they turns out that she's the one that put Jade Cargill on the shelf for a little bit. And then Rhea. That's what I mean with, like, Rhea will be fine no matter what happens. Like, if she loses with Raquel Rodriguez helps Liv and Rhea loses, it's not like it's going to bury Rhea Ripley. You can't bury Rhea Ripley. So then even give her, who knows, we might see Charlotte or Becky Monday night. Like, all of a sudden just start a little conflict there. There's so many good women wrestlers in the WWE right now that you could just put 2 and 2 together and boom, you have a WrestleMania type match.
Yeah, I think Becky's, like, pretty much confirmed to be coming back. Like, not, like, on any paper or anything, but it's being talked about so much that I feel like Becky's definitely going to show up, especially when she got name dropped last week by Punk. I'm like, it's pretty much, which is fine. Like I'm ready. I love Becky. Like I'm one of those people that genuinely enjoy her. I don't think she's like super Cena to me, although some people
I agree
do.
with you.
But yeah, so I'm the women's division it's gonna be okay, no matter what happens.
No, I agree. I think people saying Becky Hogan is ridiculous. I think she's really paved the way for a lot of women too, and she still got it. She's still that charismatic, insane wrestler that we've watched for the past. What's it been 10 years now? More? Like it's crazy. And she popped out a kid and she's still slaying. Like just no freaking steps lost. Man, that women's division, like I said, it's going to be crazy what happens with the Women's Intercontinental Championship, United States Championship, World Championship, the WWE Championship. I can see these titles changing hands rapidly over the course of the year.
I want to throw out, I don't want to call it a prediction because I'm not predicting it, but
Spoiler.
I'm going to, no, I'm not doing a spoiler. I'm doing a fan fiction. Okay. I'm going to do a fan fiction here. And I'm going to keep this Punk Rollins feud going by, Becky comes out and then we get the return of AJ Lee. And then we have AJ and Punk versus Becky and Seth at who knows where. Maybe that's Mania. Maybe that's WrestleMania. And I mean, that's I think main event worthy. But I think, I would love to see the return of AJ Lee. And I think it's a perfect fit if you have AJ and Becky and Punk and Rollins, and you have a little tag team match there.
I would love that. I just can't see it happening. AJ's neck's all messed up. And I feel like Becky and Seth said that they hated when they worked together. They hated doing the program together where they were like a couple on TV with the titles. So I feel like I can't see it, but it would be awesome. I just feel like I'm going to get my hopes up. It's not going to happen.
Because I feel like, I know Becky doesn't need, the boost, and Seth doesn't need the boost. They've paved the way for their names individually. They've become top caliber superstars by themselves. There's no need to like mesh them together. I feel like if they don't want that, don't do it, right? Because they don't need it. People watch for them individually. Like, why would you need them to be a tag team? Why do you need them to fight together? But I would love to see that match. I think it'd be awesome. I think AJ is very comfortable at home, just doing her thing. And I was gonna even bring up before you said that, Justin, like how many times can we like say AJ's name before she actually like pops up?
Yeah,
Will she come faster than Veer Mahan? Who knows? Maybe she does, maybe she doesn't.
Oh God. All right. I'll make a prediction that AJ Lee shows up on WWE television in 2025. I don't know if she'll return. The return and fighting is in the J Star fan fiction novel that I am writing.
Yeah, I could see her showing up, even like in a crowd, But she's had opportunities to do that. Like she doesn't go with them. Like very obvious that she doesn't go with them to Chicago shows or anything. So I feel like she's trying to like separate herself from it. And but I don't know. She was on heels. She worked on heels. So we'll see. I would love it.
Which I still have to watch the second season of. Apparently, it's going insane on Netflix right now.
Is it?
It's so good.
Yeah, apparently people are loving the hell out of heels. I saw an article about it, and it's like it was like an article that's like, oh, canceled show now on Netflix is soaring, and I was like, and it said Stephen Amell's face. I'm like, is Arrow soaring again? Because I go right to Arrow, and then I see heels. I'm like, oh shit! I'm like, I can watch that season now. I'm trying to get through my Disney Plus shows because I bought a month of it before I cancel the shit of it again. But that is definitely next on my list once Disney Plus is gone after the month.
Yeah, Heels is awesome. You got to watch it, Justin.
No, I believe me, it's on the list of things to watch. But Netflix, I'll tell you what, with like bringing a show back, like they did it for one of my favorites, Manifest. They put it on Manifest. They put Manifest on Netflix. It blew up, and then Netflix bought it last season. We got to watch the last season of Manifest on Netflix. I think it happened with Prison Break too. I think Prison Break went on Netflix. It blew up, and then they brought it back for another season. It was awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Way to go, Netflix.
Yeah, the creator of Heels is like all for it. He's like, renew us. We'll do it. And I know Steven would do it. But anyway, all for the Heels conversation.
Well, let's go into we talked a lot about Raw on Netflix, WWE, or predictions and stuff like that. We had Worlds End happen this past Saturday. Yeah, this past Saturday. And I'm gonna be honest, like the wrestling portion of the fucking program, insane. Will Ospreay putting on 2 5-star bangers was incredible to watch. I mean, we've said it on this podcast thousands of times. That man should be AEW World Champion and should be running rampant through the whole roster because he can put on 2 huge matches in one night and not miss a step. That man's got fucking stamina. He's got skill. He's got the charisma. Like, I could watch him wrestle an entire 3-hour program, I think, and be thoroughly entertained.
So the reason why I wanted to bring up World's End is because exactly what you just said. The wrestling on that show last Saturday was top notch. And of course, you got to put respect on my bruv's name. Will Ospreay stole the show. I know, he lost to Okada, but it all made sense. And I actually think that should have been the main event. Okada versus Ospreay with Kenny Omega returning, handing Okada the title. It was just chef's kiss. That should have been the way the show ended. Not with, listen, I love Cope. His name is now Rated R Superstar Cope. It's not Adam Copeland. Come on, man. You can't end with them. Come on. Like, what the hell are you doing, Tony Khan? It just, and then you have the Death Rider. I mean, we'll get into it. The Death Riders end up losing to him. What the hell's going on?
It's a new era, I guess. They want to era in the rated R, rated FCR era. But like, I guess it makes sense. Like, if you want eyes on the program and you want, if you have Moxley as your champion, I guess the next best way to go is Cope. I'll use his new name, which is fucking terrible.
It's so bad.
But then, who's going to swoop right in to steal a championship? Christian, which that's what I want. Like, I'm fucking fine with that shit. If Cope beats Moxley and Christian comes rolling down and steals that championship, I am all the fuck for it. Put that rivalry back on the map. I'll fucking tune in every week for Cope and Christian. Like, I am so for it. I know Christian's licking his lips, waiting for that championship, and he sees a returning Cope ready to fucking pounce on him when he wins that championship, man. I am all fucking for it.
Yeah, give me that. Give me that, and I'll actually pay attention, AEW. Give me Christian as world champion or Ospreay. Anything but this Moxley crap. Because I find it to be crap. I'm not entertained by it.
Horrible.
I can't. So give me that. Give me, something different. And prove to me that you can do a story. Prove it. The wrestling can be out of this world, and it is. It really is.
I mean, even I was intrigued. I think I could speak for you guys too. When we all thought it, like Shane McMahon might be the one backing this Death Riders thing, and now that's not happening. Now this is just, what the hell are they? Who, like, what is the goal besides to try to kill people? And then they lose to rated FTR right off the bat. So I'm done with the whole Death Riders. I'm so, like you just said, so far gone with them. They're like Adam Cole and MJF. I could care less about them right now. Could care less about them.
I don't know, man. I did get it. Like, when MJF Adam Cole did happen, I did kind of get pulled back in. I love that MJF won again. What is he, like 5-6 time, Diamond Ring champion? Like, I loved it. The fashion he won it in was amazing. The end where the Undisputed Kingdom and Kyle O'Reilly all, formed together to be friends was okay. It was a little cheesy, but it just, like, I don't know, MJF, every time I see him, even if it's a program that I'm not thing I'm enjoying. The moment I see him pull some MJF shit, I'm like, all right, I'm back. You got me. You wrote me back in.
I was this far gone, but yeah, I agree. I enjoyed the. I feel like it's the end now of MJF Adam Cole, and it needed to happen. It was done horribly, the whole flip flopping face heel thing, but I'm glad it's over with. I'm
Well, who
okay with the
knows?
finish.
Might
Well,
not be over with.
it seemed pretty book closed, but we'll see. But yeah,
And then, I mean, I'm one to shit on Mercedes Monet's promo skills, whatnot, but that match with Chris Statlander, that was a banger.
Yeah, it was
And
a banger.
I mean, I didn't get to watch her fight in New Japan. I think the week before that, they were in California, but apparently that match was like the best women's match of the year.
Yeah,
That's what everyone was saying. So, I mean, I got to go back and look at it, but Mercedes undeniable in the ring with the right opponent.
correct.
But get on the mic. Like her mics, it's just still like it's like nails on chalkboard to me, how corny it is for me.
Yeah, I mean, in WWE, it was a little bit better. I mean, I guess because you have writers pointing the right way, but I just feel like that was one of her, like, not weaknesses, because, I don't think it's terrible, but it has gotten cheesier in AEW, her promo skills. I just think she needs to, like, let her foot off the gas a little bit on this whole CEO thing, and just talk true to, like, her skills, her accomplishments, what she's done, how she's a force to be reckoned with. I think that would talk more than, like, I guess pushing more towards that CEO gimmick. I don't know. I think she can rein it back in, but like you said, Justin, her wrestling skills, especially against Chris Statlander for that championship match, was incredible. And I guess she's never going to lose the title. I think she's just the TBS champion, and I don't think it's ever going to change. But who knows?
Yeah, I feel like her wrestling can stand on its own no matter, who the opponent. It's just this character, this gimmick, it's just not doesn't feel cohesive. It doesn't feel like it's working. So like you got to do something. You got to, like you guys said, take your foot off the gas for 5 minutes, or just like go back to basics and start from the beginning. Like you can't push something that's not working. Like I don't think she's getting any reaction, and that's worse than like being cheered as a heel or booed as a face. Like no reaction, that's bad. And that's what I've been saying.
And I agree with you. And another, I don't know if you guys listened to Busted Open, but there was a question that was brought up, and I'm curious to hear what both of your guys' thoughts are on this. So with AEW's top 3 big star signings of 2024, you have Kazuchika Okada, Will Ospreay, and Mercedes Moné. If you guys had to rank them in how impactful they've been in AEW since debuting, how would you rank them?
Ospreay, Okada, Moné.
Yeah, without hesitation. Agreed.
And it's interesting because Moné is the one that she's been champion ever since she debuted, and I think she's the longest reigning out of all 3 of them. I know Okada just retained obviously the Continental, but it's just interesting because I think Okada doesn't even speak. He just says bitch, but his matches and the way he works it, like his storytelling in the ring is so awesome. And then obviously Will Ospreay is just Will Ospreay. You can't. And then, Mercedes just kind of like, to me, even though she's champion still, I think she's kind of faltering.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because like even like thinking I'm like with Okada and Ospreay, there's Okada Ricochet, and we had Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher, right? And all those matches were awesome. And I'm trying to think which one of the bunch was the best. And Ospreay Fletcher was insane. Yeah, and I didn't think anything could get better than that. But then Okada Ospreay was equally, maybe less, a little less, maybe a little more better. And I don't know which one I really enjoy better. But to me, I think the Ospreay Fletcher one was just a tiny bit better, just based off the match they had, I think, a month ago and how that ended. And like just the story within that match itself. Oh my God. I'm getting the goosebumps. Like that match is probably one of the top 3 matches of the year for me. I don't know. It was crazy.
Just keep putting Osprey and Fletcher out there and let them do their thing.
Yeah,
it's truly like those two and their chemistry in the ring. And just even the story about Osprey taking Kyle Fletcher and letting him sleep on his couch and everything, like it's just all there.
Yep.
It's perfect. And then you have the whole feud of New Japan with Okada and Will Ospreay, and how I don't think Ospreay's ever beat Okada. I think he might have beat him once. I think he's like 1-4 against Okada.
Interesting.
So just like them standing in the ring, the place was electric. That was your main event. Then you go into the shit show that was the main event. That made zero sense. It just, I don't know. That just, for me, like people can argue that was the main event. That's Omega returning. That should have been how the show ended.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just Tony being Tony.
Yeah. And you know what match actually surprised me? Takeshita and Hobbs. Like, they fucking tore the house down too. I'm not fully on the Hobbs train, but like they had chemistry. Like, amazing job. I loved every second of it. It was just like two bruisers just fucking slapping meat, tossing each other around. And like, it was kind of like a mix between like old school and new school wrestling. It was like a good mix of it. And that was also a top match for me on that card.
Yeah, no, the wrestling is going to be there. They
Yeah.
have the wrestling talent. It's just the questionable storylines and feuds and yada, yada, yada. But I talk about this every week, so.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that being said, we can wrap the first episode of 2025 up. What do you, the fans and the listeners and the watchers, want to see in 2025? Do you want Christian as your new AEW World Champion when he beats Cope for it after he beats Moxley? That would be interesting.
Cope's going to be coping.
Cope is going to be coping. Is Cody Rhodes going to have a full calendar year and more as the undisputed WWE champion? Will John Cena win his first match back on his retirement tour? And will it be against Austin Theory? Find out next time. No, I'm kidding. Next episode is going to be a fucking banger because Raw on Netflix is going to be past us. I think we're all going to be raring to fucking do an episode on that. I think it's going to probably take the whole episode. Who knows? Like we mentioned before, it's a fucking pay-per-view. We're all pumped up. We can't wait for this new era to usher in. Who comes out as champions? Who comes out on Raw, SmackDown, surprise entrants? What matches are set up for Royal Rumble and further? It's going to be exciting, right, folks? 2025 is going to be a hell of a year in professional wrestling. So everyone, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Real Marks